What's up guys, it is Joe here and welcome to some F1 2014 online gameplay today. And this is a really enjoyable race that I had around the Red Bull Ring on Friday night, and it was in the McLaren, and it was actually round number 5 of a league that I'm part of called MML, organised by a fellow F1 YouTuber, Cal HD. And yeah, you know, there's some really quick guys in there. Obviously, you've got a few from AOR, PC, Split One, Andre Codriano, I want to say that's how you pronounce his name, Marco FD, Burkov, and then you've obviously got the likes of Cal HD, Tom97 HD, and you know, some other guys like Riotbox. You know, some really quick guys. So picking my wits against these has not been easy so far. I've only participated in a few races. I believe this is my 3rd round, but I've had, you know, a lot of bad luck with disconnections, DNFs. Last time out I had a DNF because my wheel failed. I have got it replaced though, and I've been right on the pace in practice for this. So as we come towards the end of the first sector, 17.6 is blisteringly quick around this circuit. So that was, well, it isn't blisteringly quick, but it's pretty quick. To put it that way. And we're actually in the slipstream of Riotbox, which helps as we come towards the end of the 2nd DRS straight. But like I say, yeah, I've got my wheel replaced now, and it's got a nice stiff accelerator pedal, which is good to minimise the wheel spin on F1 2014. But as we come through the middle sector now, it's looking a very tidy lap so far, and we've made no mistakes through the first 2 sectors. So only 1 sector to go now, and this was in fact our first lap in qualifying, which turned out to be our quickest. And we're looking to get as high up in the grid as possible, as Marco puts down a 107.1, which is fantastically quick. We come around the final corner now and come across the line, and what a brilliant lap that is. Absolutely awesome. A 107.3, which is only, what's that, 2 or 3 tenths off pole position, which was absolutely insane to think, you know, the quality of this league. And just a year ago, I wasn't even racing in the top tier of my own, you know, racing league. Stop Drop Gaming, you know, that's where it all started on this channel, from doing highlights in the GP2 league on that. I was sort of a midfield runner, and now here I am, fighting it with the big boys, I guess you could say. But we've got the lights for the start of the Grand Prix, and it is 5 lights, and away we go for 36 laps of the Red Bull Ring. And we've got a pretty decent start putting it into lean revs. Riotbox has made a little bit of ground up on us, but we don't want to be too cautious into the first corner like Marco has been and lose some positions. But we've managed to maintain position, and we should get a bit of slipstream off Marco's Ferrari here as he's harvesting ERS. We really do sense an opportunity here, and if we can be good on the brakes, which we are, we're very brave on the brakes, as Tom clips the back of Burkov, and we've just been completely blocked in. It's a nightmare at turn 2. We're down into 11th. Oh my god, Riotbox, I feel sorry for him who's behind us. We finally ghosted, so Riotbox got through. But for myself, Burkov, Riotbox, and Tom97, it was a pretty disastrous start, to be honest. There's absolutely nothing I could do. I was just, you know, pretty much clinging to his back wheel, Tom's back wheel. So, regardless of that, we're going to try and carry on, and we're going to actually try 2-stopping this race. I decided that before the start, as there is a Marussia running right of initialization, and Riotbox now, with Nick BHD, I believe. It may be Burkov, but it's one of the Lotuses anyway. Yeah, like I was saying, I'm going to be trying the 2-stop strategy. I believe most drivers are going to, if I can get my words out, most drivers are going to be going on the 2-stopper, and Riotbox, that's not going to do his, well, his race any good. He's run wide and had a snap of oversteer, and yeah, so hopefully the 2-stopper will work out as we pass Nick down the inside. That's not going to be the last you see of that battle. And it's a beautiful move down the inside, although it was pretty easy as Arav gets out of shape. And yeah, my teammate Arav has really got out of shape on the run down to turn 2. But anyway, we should have the DRS from Burkov, although we've been steamed at the inside by Nick. Lovely move from him. He didn't leave me much room, but you can't really argue with that. As, oh my god, Tom and Arav, I don't know what they're doing behind, but they're really getting so much wheel spin. And not a pleasant race for them, especially Tom, who is having an absolute disaster at the moment. But anyway, we managed to keep onto the tail of Nick and get his DRS at the end of lap 6, which meant that we are only half a second behind him, getting into his slipstream, and hopefully this exit of turn 1 is beautiful. It is indeed, and if we can just stay in that slipstream of Nick, we might be able to do what he did to us last lap, And as we go down into standard revs, obviously fuel saving is a big part of this race, and we do go down the inside of him. Are we going to make the move stick? It's pretty similar to what he did. We maybe gave him a little bit less room, but still, we did it within the track limits, which is all that you can ask for. And he was pretty happy with the battle anyway, so that's it from my point of view. But yeah, it was a pretty nice move. Like I say, that hairpin is so tight, and it's so difficult to give the guy room. But I've given him room on the outside here because he's going to come around my outside, and we're going to hold it on the inside, giving him as much room as possible. And it's clean, fair racing, lovely, lovely wheel-to-wheel racing here. Something that I haven't actually had since the game's come out. And it's good to have a non-lag affected race as well. As you can see, he's not lagging at all, and I don't believe I was lagging for him either, which is a novelty, it's got to be said. But anyway, we're right on his tail once more, going to get the DRS, but we lost a bit of momentum out of that final turn due to him, well, just not running as the optimal line. But we're going to go around his outside now. It's a beautiful move. He opted for the inside as he believed he could defend that, obviously. But now as we come onto lap 8, there's going to be some drivers pitting soon. And it's going to be interesting to see whether Nick goes on the 3-stop or the 2-stop. We're committed to that 2-stop. We're not going to switch to a 3-stop because we do believe that the 2-stop is going to be quite a bit quicker, in my eyes at least. But Nick is still on our outside. He's going to get some side slipstream off us, and he's running wheel to wheel now. We let him come up the inside because we don't want to lose too much time in battling with him. Obviously, I'm on the 3-stopper. Sorry, I'm on the 2-stopper. Which means that I don't want to be battling too much in battles that don't need to be done. You know, he may well be on the 2-stopper as well, but yeah, he actually comes in at the end of lap 10, which signifies that he will be on a 2-stopper, although it's going to be difficult for him to do what I'm trying to do, which is option prime option. Yeah, I know. And considering some people are going on the 3-stopper, it's a pretty risky strategy, as Bubble Map unfortunately retires from the race in the Marussia, I believe. We're coming in for our first pit stop of the afternoon. Look at those tyres, absolutely shot. We're going to have a nice new set of the prime tyres put onto our car. We actually managed to get up to P3 before our pit stop. It's going to be interesting to see where we can come out, whether we can get ahead of Nick. You know, maybe relying on the fact that he's had some traffic. But it's P7 for us at the moment, although you shouldn't read too much into this grid until we make our until after we've made our final pit stop. Probably until about 6 or 7 laps from the end is probably where you're going to be seeing drivers approximately in their finishing position. We've actually managed to jump Nick by quite a considerable margin. He got caught up in some traffic, and that's Max Shepard behind us. As we skip all the way onto lap 17, we get ahead of NF Gaming as he comes into the pit lane for his second stop. Cal does the same on lap 19, so that promotes us up to P5, and then up to P4 and P3 as Burkov and I'm not sure who the other, Boss, that was it. Boss and Burkov came in for their stops, and now we've got Cal HD on our tails as we use all of the tracking a little bit more, being a bit naughty there, but nonetheless we're going to give Cal as much room as we can. We don't want to be fighting battles that we're not in, and we don't believe that we're going to be in a battle for the podium positions. So yeah, we're not going to fight Cal too much. He's on newer tyres than us, and like I say, we're running our own race. We're probably not going to be doing a lot more battling, although it's a very, very strategical race, this, which you guys should hopefully enjoy to the end. And Burkov now, as he's going to come down our inside, we run too wide, and now we're going to be wheel to wheel with him, but no, he gets much better traction than us. And now as we come through this left-hander, we're running a little bit wide, obviously in his turbulent air. But NF Gaming is the next guy behind us, who I believe is a good 8 to 10 or maybe even 12 seconds behind us. So we've got a lovely lead over him, and we've really played ourselves into contention after that first lap incident, which was really unfortunate. But obviously we know that we've had the pace all weekend, as we managed to qualify in 5th place. But we get the DRS on Burkov, although he's steaming away into the distance. And come lap 25, we've somehow managed to take these prime tyres all the way to this stage in the Grand Prix. We were up into P5 before we came into our pit stop, and yeah, putting on the limiter, and it's going to be the option tyres to the end. Obviously we knew that, we managed to do 11 laps at the start of the Grand Prix on heavy fuel, so it should be easy to do 11 laps to the end, especially if we can manage to get ourselves out into some clean air. Nick actually dropped quite a bit behind me. I believe he's about, yeah, he's 16 seconds behind, so it's been a bit unlucky for him, although I'll still have good memories of our battle, well, right at the start of the Grand Prix, really. And come lap 26, the next lap, in fact, Riotbox is in for his 3rd stop. So, yeah, Jay has really endured some bad tyre wear. And NF Gaming comes into the pit lane on lap 30, signifying we're up to P5. And that was indeed our finishing position. And fantastic race. We were only 10 seconds behind Cal, who we obviously know is a very quick driver. And the top 3 were occupied by AOR PC Split 1 drivers, which just signifies the competitiveness of this league. And as you can see, we were very, very pleased with our results. There it is. There is the top 12. In fact, Aravo was unfortunate to get lapped, but that top 3 is so strong. And I hope you guys really enjoyed this race. Great to see that I was actually competitive for once in an online race. If you guys want to see more of these, then let me know. But I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.